Namaste everyone. In this healing session, I'm going to share with you all healing movements that can help you to relax during this full moon in Aquarius that is happening on August 15th, 2019. As you can hear, or maybe quietly hear, I am playing jazz music in the background. So these movements are very ambiguous in the way that I am very ethnically ambiguous. So I have studied various sort of traditions of music. I've studied recently Tai Chi, Qigong, studied Hawaiian, Indonesian dance. I've also have a heavy background of dance, such as jazz, contemporary, lyrical, you can say even hip hop, African dance, Native American dance, you name it, I've explored it. So I'm going to share with you all some movements that very much kind of incorporates everything that I've learned regarding dance. So dance, rhythm, music, style. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to do some little breath of fire. And we're going to open up our chest and have our hands out like this, so you should feel that your breasts are pretty perky, okay, if you're a woman. So we're just going to do a little pumping of the navel, okay, so just to awaken some energy, get some things moving. If you're pregnant or in your first, second, third day of your period, do not do that, just do long deep breathing, okay. So I have my feet about hip length apart, so I feel very steady. My knees can be bent a little bit, so I feel very grounded, very solid, secure. I have my hands just out like this. Fingers are like antennas projecting down into the earth. I have the chin tucked in, the whole spine is in alignment in the back, kind of tucking in that pelvic if my knees are bent, so not like this. You want it tucked in. Feel a little buoyant, a little bounce on your knees, okay? Inhale, squeeze up mula bandha, sex organ, rectum, navel, belly button to spine. Press the tongue on the upper palate. Squeeze as though you're squeezing energy up from Mother Gaia, and you're squeezing it all the way through your body and shooting it out the top of your head. Exhale out of the top of the head. Inhale, squeeze all that energy. Really tuck in that pelvic as though you're grabbing it from the soles of your feet, from the perineum, pulling it up the body, all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale through the crown of the head. One last time. Squeeze all of it. Take in the nutrients from Mother Gaia. Exhale from the crown of the head. So we're going to do, before we get into the movement, so we're just going to stretch back, so my hands kind of like my hands are flat, and I'm kind of just stretching back, and then stretch down. This is a gentle movement. You can bring your head all the way back if you can. Inhale, exhale down, tuck in the chin in the down position. This position in the back is good for the ovaries. So when you really come back, really feel you're stretching this ovary area. 3 more. Last one. Okay, so come up. So you should already feel energy moving around. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna rotate the hips in a circle. So really come all the way around. So I'm rotating my hips counterclockwise. So really move. My knees are bent. Okay. You can even move the knees to kind of open up the energy in the hips. If you have a lot of hip stiffness or hip problems, this will be great therapy. Long, deep breathing. So you can actually place your hands on the hips. You can go fast, you can go slow. Do what really opens you up. But eventually, you want to go fast. And it's just the hips we're moving. We're not moving the head. We're not twisting the shoulders. We're just twisting, shaking, rolling the hips. Okay, go clockwise. So again, it's not oval, it's round, a circle. Inhale, exhale. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our shoulders like this, come out like this, sweep down the body, and then let it go. So you kind of like you're sending it off. So you're kind of taking any sort of goo, stuck, stagnant energy, going even behind the knees. So you go behind the knees and then you kind of flick off that energy and let it go, like you're sending it off. Okay, so now we're gonna have our legs wide. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pull the neck up. We're gonna tuck in the neck or tuck in the chin, come down like this. And then come back up. So it's like a nice little wave. So really pull up on the neck, get your head out of your ass. So you really tuck in that chin so the back of the neck is long. And then you come down, so you really see my spine rounding as I come all the way down. And then I straighten the back, you can see it flat. And come back up. One last time. Okay. So that was kind of our warm-up, you can say. So I definitely feel some energy moving around. Okay, so we're gonna have our feet at hip length apart. Okay, we're gonna get into the movement. So I call this movement surrender. So again, so you're bending your knees, so you have a bounce. Like even just do this, feel a bounce, like bounce, bounce, bounce. And then you're going to call it the infinity energy. I'm going to clap the hands like this at the arc line. You're going to bring it down to the heart. You're going to place the hands on the heart. You're going to move that torso around clockwise. And then you're going to place your left leg forward, so where your heart is facing the world. So we're going to start again. So cup. Again, knees are bent, torso all the way around. Okay, so again, let's do it. Again, these are all kinds of different, say, cultures of movement, from Indonesia, Hawaiian, African, Tai Chi, Qigong, all these kinds of ways of moving the body. Yoga, Kundalini. Okay. So really step your heart forward, look out with your heart. And then the final thing we're going to do, so you're in this position, your knees are kind of bent as you're looking forward. We're going to bring that leg back, and we're going to rotate the hips counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, and then clockwise. 1, 2, 3, and sweep. Like you have wings, sweep, and then clasp, and then bring it down, and then let it go. So down, let it go. And then you can say flip the wrists, pull it down into yourself. So we're just gonna keep going and going and going. So again, last movement. So 1, 2, 3.5. Other way. 1, 2, 3.5. Then we're going to up, clasp down, bring it back up, and let it go. Rotate the hands. Okay, so here we go. So we have 4, so I'll count for you. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 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 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let it go. Bring the hands back slowly into yourself. So, it's kind of like the counting. Sort of had a brain fog, but we're gonna go. So we're gonna just do it 3 more times. Okay, so last time I feel the sweat, even though it seems so simple, right? So you'll get the rhythm of it, kind of your groove. It is your soulful dance to yourself. So there you go. This kind of movements for the full moon. So these movements, as I am sweating, and they're more so what I call soulful movements. So they're meant to really awaken your chi. So some exercises can be really hard on you and actually can deplete your chi. This is to really open up the chi, particularly in the hips. So we did a lot of the hips. And then we kind of worked on that torso, like coming back and around, like this torso. Okay. And we also just worked on some gentle fluidity. Worked on kind of opening that heart. We worked on kind of calling in wisdom, opening our wings, calling in wisdom, coming down into our wisdom, and then kind of letting ourselves go and be free and allow life in. So it's kind of what I call poetic sort of movement. So thank you for joining.